I know precisely what you've been hearing for as long as you can remember. You've been told again and again that you're overly sensitive. You've been urged to grow thicker skin. You've likely heard countless times that you shouldn't take things so personally. You may have spent years saying sorry for crying, but I'm here now to tell you this. The label you were given is incorrect. There is nothing broken about you. You are not fragile, and you are absolutely not an accident. What psychologists call you is a highly sensitive person. But I like another name better. You are a super sensor. While most people experience the world in standard definition, your mind captures it in full 8,000 clarity. And today, we're going to explore the neuroscience that shows your sensitivity isn't a flaw. It's a high-performance detection system the world urgently relies on. To truly understand yourself, we need to examine your wiring. This isn't merely a personality trait. It's rooted in biology. Studies reveal that your brain handles information differently than the remaining 70% of people. Imagine the human brain as a camera. Most brains record reality in standard definition. The image is solid. It's efficient. It functions well without consuming excessive storage. But your brain? Yours captures everything in 8,000 resolution. Neuroscience has uncovered 3 distinct enhancements in your neural setup that explain why life feels so overwhelming. First, your brain doesn't filter things out. Scientists refer to this as low latent inhibition. Most brains automatically disregard about 92% of incoming stimuli to conserve energy. Background input is classified as unimportant. Your brain, however, treats nearly everything as significant. You register the feel of the chair, the buzz of the refrigerator, and the emotional state of the person beside you simultaneously. That's why overwhelm sets in, yet it's also why you perceive beauty, recognize patterns, and uncover answers others overlook. Second, your mirror neurons are exceptionally active. These neurons are responsible for empathy. For you, it's not just recognizing that someone feels sad. You actually experience their sadness within your own body. This isn't something you're imagining. Your brain is actively recreating their emotional condition. You absorb emotions like a sponge in a room full of spills. And third comes the most misunderstood aspect of your mental design: depth of processing. Psychologists refer to it as the pause to check strategy. During conversations or decision-making, you may feel slower compared to others. You might criticize yourself for pausing too long or thinking too deeply. But here's what science tells us. You aren't slow. You're meticulous. While others operate with shallow processing, simply reacting to what's directly in front of them, your brain dives into deep semantic encoding. It automatically links the present moment to your past. It draws on memories, anticipates future outcomes, and dissects the meaning beneath the words. You're not pausing because you don't understand. You pause because your brain is running an advanced simulation to produce the best possible result. That isn't a flaw. That's sophisticated computation. Now, you might wonder, if this makes life so difficult, why would evolution preserve it? This is the critical point. If sensitivity were a disadvantage, natural selection would have erased it long ago. But it didn't. It protected it. Why? Because the group depends on you. In early human history, the fighters, the less sensitive majority, were crucial for survival through hunting and combat. They were courageous and willing to take risks, but a tribe made up only of warriors would not last. They would charge into threats without strategy. What they needed were wise counselors. That role was yours. You were the one who sensed the shift in the air before the storm arrived. You were the one who felt that the neighboring tribe was being dishonest. What you call a weakness is actually an advanced alert system. Modern society is noisy, rapid, and forceful. It is designed for the warriors. That is why you often feel like you don't belong. But feeling misplaced is not the same as being useless. I understand that carrying this internal radar comes at a price. Because you absorb and analyze so much, you reach exhaustion sooner. When you suddenly withdraw or feel the urge to retreat into a dark, quiet space, that isn't you being overly dramatic. That's your mental memory maxing out. Your system has overheated. Science offers a powerful comparison for this. Most people are like dandelions. They're hardy. They grow almost anywhere through pavement cracks or in lush fields. Their environment barely affects them. But you are more like an orchid. Place an orchid in a harsh, chaotic, or toxic setting, and it will fade. It will struggle far more than the dandelions around it, and for a long time, you've probably criticized yourself for not being one of those dandelions. Yet research reveals something remarkable, known as vantage sensitivity. When an orchid is given the right conditions, the proper light, nourishing soil, and thoughtful care, it doesn't merely survive. It flourishes with the richness and elegance the dandelion will never reach. You don't need to harden yourself to endure the sidewalk. You need to relocate yourself into the greenhouse. When you intentionally design your life to support your sensitivity, you don't just keep pace with others. You move beyond them. So here's my guidance for you. Stop attempting to install thicker armor. Your biology isn't something you can rewrite, and it isn't something you should want to change. There's already enough emotional numbness in the world. We don't need you to dull yourself. We need you exactly as you are, but you do need to safeguard your gift, strengthen your boundaries, and respect your need for quiet. And the next time someone says you're too sensitive, pause, breathe, smile inwardly, and remember what's true. You are not broken. You are simply perceiving the world in 8,000 clarity. And in a world that grows more disconnected every day, your capacity to feel isn't a liability. It's what makes you deeply human. And because you carry this high-definition radar, you may have instinctively built walls around your personal world. You might be the one who logs in, observes, but rarely shares. To outsiders, you seem invisible, but psychology suggests that this quiet is an emptiness. It may reflect a very different kind of strength. I'll see you in the next one.